All right. Hang it up.
Thank you. Please be seated. This is the 2 a.m. calendar on October 14th, 2025. Orders are given on the first of the month regarding the taking of DNA and fingerprints. Those orders are made in effect today. What that means for you in the courtroom is this: not every single one of you has to give your DNA or your fingerprints. If you have to do that, those orders will be on your paperwork. My name is Commissioner Beck. I'm here to do a few things for you. Number one, I'm here to let you know why you're here. Number two, if you might be released. Number three, if you're going to be assigned an attorney. The vast majority of you will be assigned an attorney, which leads to my number one rule. Please don't talk about the facts of your case. Anything you say or do can be used against you. Everything in the courtroom is video recorded, so please don't talk about the facts of your case unless it's with your attorney. Second, I'm sure you're going to have a lot of questions for me. Unfortunately, I'm not your legal counsel, so I can't answer legal questions for you. So please save those types of questions for your attorney. Finally, you're going to be hearing about lots of different dates, different types of release conditions. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or don't follow a written court order, you could just end up back here. You're going to be, when it comes to different types of release conditions, I'm going to be reading some of those conditions, not all of those conditions. Every single one of those conditions that do apply to you will be on your paperwork. This is how the morning's going to work. I'm going to call two names. The first name I call is going to come up to the podium, stand in front of me. Second name I call is going to sit in that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is finished. Okay, please get Keith Dees to the podium. Donald Harms to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Keith Dees, 10/13/76.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for 4 counts of theft of means of transportation, Class 3 felony. burglary in the second degree, Class 3 felony, possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, unlawful flight, a Class 5 felony, possession of burglary tools, a Class 6 felony. I'm not finding probable cause as to the unlawful flight, Class 5 felony. I'm also not finding probable cause as to one count of theft of means of transportation. I am finding probable cause as to all other charges. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $75,000. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date's October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court. Based upon the alleged violation of your probation, you're actually going to be held non-bondable as to your probation violation warrant. So please don't try to pay that other bond at this time because you're going to be held non-bondable on your probation violation matter. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Donald Harms to the podium. Kenneth Rom to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
7/11/86.
Name, please.
Donald Harms.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for aggravated domestic violence, a Class 5 felony, disobeying an order of the court, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th, October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $25,000. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date's October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court. Setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you're able to bond out on both of your matters, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you cannot return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You must obey the order of protection that's been put out against you. You have to contact your PO within 3 days, and you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any type of means. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Kenneth Rom to the podium. Brandon Reynolds to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Kenneth Rom, April 1st, 1977.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today on 2 failure to appear warrants. So I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court date is going to be October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your trial judge. It's a $10,000 cash bond as to both cases. So you've got a grand total of $20,000 cash bond. If you're able to bond out on both of your matters, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision. You're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Brandon Reynolds to the podium. Janie Bagay to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Brandon Reynolds, 9679.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court grand jury warrant. Grand jury has found probable cause to hold you on one count of possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back on January 23rd of 2025. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's October 22nd in the Downtown Superior Court. Affirming the bond set by the grand jury, it's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out on this and all your other matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Thank you. Janie Bagay to the podium. Caitlin Ross to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Gina Bagay, 12/05/98.
Thank you. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court. I am affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. The first one is a $250 secured appearance bond. Next one is a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out on all of your matters, You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Caitlin Ross to the podium. Harold Matt to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Caitlin Ross, 6/24/2004.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor, criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $1,000. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision with the electronic ankle monitoring. Furthermore, if you bond out, you can't go back to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. And finally, you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any type of means, even if they contact you first. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Harold Matt to the podium. Amanda Lammert to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Harold Matt Jr., 06/20/1997.
Thank you. You're here today on a justice court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's October 17th at the El Centro Justice Court. I'm affirming the bond set by the judge there. It's a $500 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Amanda Lammert to the podium. Brandon Green to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Amanda Lambert, 5/11/93.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for burglary in the second degree Class 3 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to bond out, you'll be placed on pretrial services supervision. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, no contact with your co-defendants, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Brandon Green to the podium. Diami Jackson to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
11/21/1984.
Name, please.
Brandon Michael Green.
Thank you. You're here today on a justice court warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's October 17th at the North Mesa Justice Court. I am reducing your bond down to $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're just not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork, sir.
Right.
Diami Jackson to the podium. Jade Avery to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Diami Jackson, September 21st, 1981.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a placeholder bond of $50. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be placed on pretrial services supervision.
Excuse me, sir.
Let me finish up. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. The reason that I set that $50 secured appearance bond, placeholder bond, is you already have a $1,000 Chandler City Court bond.
Understandable, sir. The reason for both those bonds, I was in the hospital during that court case. I did show probable cause to that court. I gave them the paperwork. I was supposed to go into Chandler Court. As a matter of fact, this morning they told me to be there before 11 o'clock to give them to get this matter resolved. It's for an open container case, an open container case out of Chandler, and they're just going to fine me or give me time service. I already served 30 days for that, 33 days for that. and the judge told me, that's what she told me last time I spoke with her. This new case right here is I don't know, it's just something ridiculous that I'm trying to get into treatment on. Officer, Your Honor, if you could allow me to release pretrial services, I assure you that I will be at all court cases and all these matters will be resolved next time I come before you.
So, sir, I appreciate your request and thank you for being so respectful. Unfortunately, given your criminal history, you have 6 prior felony convictions and you have 15 prior failures to appear. I feel like a $50 secured appearance bond is a fair amount of bond, and so at this time I'm going to be affirming the $50 bond.
There's no way, there's nobody, I have nobody out there to pay that 50, or do I have it on me in person? If there's any way you could help me out with that and just remove that 50, that would be the only thing that'll hold me right now for me and continue my future at Grand Canyon University, and also getting the help I need for my drug addiction.
Sir, when you had your interview with pretrial services, it says that you are unemployed and not in school.
No, I am in school at Grand Canyon University. I have 7 credits to obtain my undergraduate in business communications.
Yeah, sir. Given
And I have been on point with all my matters. I've been going to school. I've been working. I've been doing everything I need to move forward in life, rather than the only thing that is holding me back is just this drug addiction. Like, I keep having to go back to it. I need to get the help I need to resolve, rather than be kept here. The $50 will hold me here stranded. All that's gonna do is just push me back further in my moving up.
Sir, I hear you, but at this time, just given, plus you appear to be on probation with Glendale City Court as well. And so given all these things, I'm going to be affirming the $50 bond. So today's the 14th. Your next court date's the 20th.
So what does that mean? I have to go to court with Glendale now?
I have no idea, sir. That's up to your Glendale City Court judge too. So you have a few things going on, sir, so that's why I'm affirming that $50 bond.
The 50, sir, like I said, the 50.
Sir, I heard you. I really did. Talk to your trial judge. You're gonna meet your trial judge on October 20th, and they're the person now that will decide whether to take away that $50 bond or not. Okay, sir?
But the $50 all it's gonna do is just keep me here until then. All that's gonna do is just push me back even further, Your Honor. You're not seeing exactly what you're doing here, and it's hindering a lot in my...
Sir, I understand.
My growth.
Sir, I hear you, but I'm affirming that bond, okay? Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork. Jade Avery to the podium. Abraham Gatane to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
10/2/94.
Name, please.
Jade Avery.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for resisting arrest, Class 6 felony, criminal trespass, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 29 and October 31 in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're going to be placed on supervised release. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes.
Do you promise to appear on October 29 and October 31 at the downtown Superior Court?
Yes.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
Upon a promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Ma'am, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out of custody. You have to call them during normal business hours. If you fail to call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Thank you.
Abraham Gatane to the podium. Brianna Keller to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
2/2/1977.
Name, please.
Abraham Gitana.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for shoplifting with an artifice, a Class 4 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 29th and October 31st in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today, but there are some conditions to your release. You are going to be on supervised release. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. You may not enter Last Chance or its premises. Do you understand all of these conditions?
I do.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
I do.
Do you promise to appear on October 29 and October 31 at the downtown Superior Court?
I do.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out of custody. You must call them during normal business hours. If you fail to call them, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
I do.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Brianna Keller to the podium. Name and date of birth, please.
Garina Calorie 4/10/96.
Thank you. You're here today on a justice court warrant. I'm not assigning you an attorney because for these types of charges that you're facing, you don't get a free attorney, but you can hire your own attorney if you want to. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Your next court date's going to be October 28th at the West Mesa Justice Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today, but there's some conditions to your release. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
Okay.
Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes,
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
absolutely.
Do you promise to appear on October 28th to the West Mesa Justice Court?
I promise.
And do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Of course.
Do you also understand that this is probably the last chance you're going to get at OR after not, because you have a warrant for a failure to pay. So this is probably your last chance of getting released to OR. Next time if you're here, if you don't finish up that court case, you're probably going to get a bond set for you. Do you understand that?
I understood. I unfortunately completely missed the last one.
It's not
I know.
missing court, it's your...
Yeah. I
Yeah.
understand, but I will definitely make that next one.
Okay. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance. Please make sure to show up to court, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Could we please clear the courtroom? Gregory Salazar to the podium, please.
Is that right here?
Name and date of birth, please.
3/25/1984.
Name, please.
Greg Salazar.
Thank you. You're here today in a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony, public sexual indecency, Class 1 misdemeanor. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 29, October 31 in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today, but there's some conditions to your release. You're not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witness. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, I'm being released today.
As long as you promise to appear. Do you promise to appear on October 29, October 31 in the downtown Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes.
Upon your promise to appear...
Can I write that down?
1 second. You're going to get paperwork. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out of custody. You have to call them during normal business hours. If you fail to call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Please step to your left for your paperwork.
Can I have a pen?
All your information's on there, sir.
Okay. I'm being released today?
Right now?
With a 6 feet minimum of violation.
All right, and this will conclude the 2 a.m. calendar. You don't have to memorize all that stuff. All that information is going to be on your paperwork. That's why it's important to keep your paperwork and save it. Don't lose it. If you end up missing a court date or you don't follow a written court order, you could just end up back here. Also on your paperwork is going to be a full list of all your release conditions. When I talk to you today, I'm not going to list all of the release conditions for you in person. All of your release conditions will be listed on your paperwork. Here's how the morning's going to work. I'm going to call 2 names. The first name I call is going to come in the courtroom and stand in front of me at the podium. Second name I call is going to sit on that chair next to the door. Then we're going to keep on cycling through until the calendar is finished. Can I please get Juan Murillo to the podium? Frederick Clark to the chair, please. Juan Murillo. Hi, name and date of birth, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Juan Murillo, June 15, 1954.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, Class 4 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th, October 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. Because it's been alleged that you committed this offense while you were out on release for your other felony case, you're going to be held non-bondable at this time. Want to please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Frederick Clark to the podium. Michael Young to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Frederick Dennis Clark Jr., February 16, 2001.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case and a probation violation warrant. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for armed robbery, a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I'm not finding probable cause as to armed robbery at this time. I am finding probable cause as to the other 3 charges.
Excuse me, Judge, could you list the other 3 charges for me, please?
Yeah, 1 second. The other 3 charges I have found probable cause are aggravated assault, a Class 3 felony, assault, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I am assigning counsel. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. Reprint, please. This time I'm setting a secured appearance bond of $75,000 on your new case. As to your probation violation warrant, I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is October 21st in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. If you're able to bond out on both of your matters, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please wait for a second, you're going to get brand new paperwork. All right, thank you. You can please have a seat. Michael Young to the podium. Antonio Sebastian to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Michael Young, January 19th, 2000.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court probation violation warrant and a Superior Court arrest warrant. Let me talk to you about your new felony warrant first. Probable cause was previously found for aggravated DUI, a Class 6 felony. This was alleged to have occurred back on November 16th of 2024. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your trial judge. It's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. You also have a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is October 21st in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by a probation violation judge. That's a $10,000 secured appearance bond, so total $15,000 secured. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Why don't please step to your left for your paperwork, sir. Antonio Sebastian to the podium. Alyssa Powers to the chair, please. Officer? I think they're... Thank you. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Antonio Sebastian, July 16th, 1989.
Thank you. Sir, you're here today in the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for unlawful use of means of transportation, a Class 5 felony, driving on a suspended license, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause, and I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $8,000. If you're able to bond out, you're going to be on pretrial services supervision. Furthermore, if you bond out, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. I want to go ahead and have your papers, step to your left for your paperwork. Alyssa Powers to the podium. Nathaniel Gordon to the chair, please. Alyssa Powers.
Linda, come on.
Hi, name and date of birth, please.
Alyssa Powers, 9/10/96.
Thank you. You are here today on a Superior Court new case and 2 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd at the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. You also have 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date on both of those is October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set in each one. It's $2,500 secured appearance bond, so total $5,500 secured appearance for all 3 of your cases. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. The most important thing if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation services. I want to please step to your left for your paperwork.
Oh,
Nathaniel Gordon to the podium. Deontay Morris to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Nathaniel Gordon, 12/7/75.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case and 3 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for tampering with physical evidence, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $50. You also have 3 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date on all 3 of those is October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm setting secured appearance bonds of $500, and $1,000 on your 3 probation violation warrants. If you're able to bond out on all 4 of your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most important thing, if you bond out, you must contact your PO within 24 hours because you're on intensive probation services. Why don't you please step to your left for your paperwork. Deontay Morris to the podium. Mario Ashley to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Deontay Morris, 11/29/01.
Thank you. You're here today on a municipal court new case and a failure to appear warrant. Let me talk to you about your felony warrant first. I'm not assigning you a new attorney. You're going to go back to your original attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your original judge. It's a $1,000 secured appearance bond. You're also here on a municipal court new case. You've been arrested for refusal to give a true name, Class 2 misdemeanor. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date is October 16th. That's at the Peoria City Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $250 on this case. If you're able to bond out on both of your matters, you're not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, and you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Mario Ashley to the podium. Paris Romero to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Mario Ashley, Senior, 4/15/86.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case and 2 probation violation warrants. Let me talk to you about your new case. You've been arrested for possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 20th and October 23rd in the Downtown Superior Court, setting a secured appearance bond of $500. You also have 2 probation violation warrants. I'm assigning counsel. Your next court date is October 21st in the Downtown Superior Court, Each one has a secured appearance bond of $250, so you have a grand total of $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out on all of your matters, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Most importantly, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. I have to call in for a warrant.
Over here.
Paris Romero to the podium. Christopher Latham to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Paris Romero, 5/17/04.
Thank you. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court date's October 21 in the downtown Superior Court. I'm affirming the bond set by your probation violation judge. It's a $100 secured appearance bond. If you're able to bond out, you're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. The most important thing, if you bond out, you have to contact your PO within 3 days. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Christopher Latham to the podium. Randall Burkaw to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
Christopher William Latham, 11/24/1992.
Thank you. You're here today on the Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for criminal trespass, a Class 6 felony, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, Class 1 misdemeanors. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 29th and October 31st in the downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today, but there's going to be a fair number of conditions to your release. You're going to be on supervised release. You're going to have an electronic ankle monitor. You are not to return to the scene of the crime. No contact with any victim or witnesses. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. If there are any orders of protection that are put out against you, you have to follow those orders. Finally, you may have no contact with the victim whatsoever through any type of means, even if they contact you first. You're cautioned that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to a Class 6 felony. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yeah, but my car from my baby mama house. Can I go get my car?
You're going to have to give your keys to someone and they'll have to pick it up for you. So do you understand all of these conditions, sir?
Okay.
Do you understand them?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yeah.
Do you promise to appear on October 29 and October 31 in the downtown Superior Court?
Yeah.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yeah.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. Sir, it's your responsibility to call them once you're out of custody, and once you're released, you have to call them during normal business hours. If you fail to call pretrial services, you could end up back here. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
All right. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Randall Burkaw to the podium. Salim Khan to the chair, please. Name and date of birth, please.
4391.
Name, please.
Randall Taylor Burkall.
Thank you. You're here today on a Superior Court new case. You've been arrested for possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, possession of drug paraphernalia, Class 6 felony. I found probable cause. I'm assigning you an attorney. Your next court dates are October 29 and October 31 at the Downtown Superior Court. Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you today. There's some conditions to your release. You're not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. Do you understand all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
And do you promise to follow all these conditions?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any weapons you need to give up?
No, sir.
Do you promise to appear on October 29 and October 31 in the Downtown Superior Court?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand if you don't show up, they'll issue a warrant for your arrest?
Yes, sir.
Upon your promise to appear, I'll be releasing you on your own recognizance. Please step to your left for your paperwork. Salim Khan to the podium.
The judicial break.
Hi, is the Pashto interpreter on the line?
Yes, sir. This is Awais. I'm your line bridge Pashto interpreter, sir.
Thank you. I'll be speaking to the defendant now. Would you please slowly and clearly state your full name and date of birth?
ستړي مشي په خیر راغلی. تاسو کولی شئ چې ماته خپل پوره نوم ووایئ او خپل د زیږون نیټه ووایئ.
1992 جنوري 21 تاریخ. نوم یې سلیم فیروز خان دی.
Interpreter speaking. Sir, I'm not able to hear clearly. With your permission, can I ask the defendant to repeat once again?
Yes, and you can ask him to speak closer to the microphone too, please.
Thank you, sir. اورورا په ډېرې بخښنې سره لږ د مایک سره نږدې خبرې وکړئ. ستاسو اواز باندې زه پوه نه شوم. ستاسو نامه څه ده او د زیږون نیټه مو څه ده؟
سلیم فیروز خان 1992 درېیمې میاشتې 21 تاریخ.
د درېیمې میاشتې 21 تاریخ. او نوم؟
نوم سلیم فیروز خان.
Salim Feroz. Okay, sir, my name is Salim Feroz Khan. My date of birth is March 21st, 1992.
Thank you. You are here on a new case in the Superior Court.
دلته تاسو د یو نوي کیس په اړه باندې سپیریور کورټ ته راغلي وئ.
You have been arrested for aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony.
سمه دلته تاسو چې کوم دی نیول شوي وئ چې تاسو یو ګناه کړې ده، یو داسې ګناه چې کوم کولی شي د هغې د بندي کولو چې کوم دی 1 کال نه ډېری دی نه علاوه تاسو یو داسې ګناه کړې چې په هغې کې تاسو د نشې مواد له ځان سره ساتلي دي، کومه چې په 6م کلاس فیلني یعنې داسې یو ګناه کې راځي د کوم سزا چې امکان لري د کال نه ډېره کېدی شي.
ما هیڅ ګناه نه ده کړې. ځینې ولا مې د خپل کور ته تلم، اوبه په خاطر اوبه مې څښلې، هغوی درته د روزانه خلاصوله. هلته پولیس هم وو په کور کې، نور نفر هم وو په کور کې ناست وو. راته بیا 2 ځله ورغلم، دروازه یې نه خلاصوله راته په کور کې.
I did not commit any crime. The thing is, I was going inside my house and they were not opening the door. There were police and other persons in the house, and I tried to get into the house, but they were not opening the door.
Sir, please do not talk about the facts of your case. Everything is video recorded. Please only discuss these things with your attorney.
تاسو نه ډېره بخښنه باندې خو د خپل کیس په اړه باندې غواړم تاسو خبرې ونه کوئ، ځکه چې هر څه شوي دي هغه په ویډیو کې ریکارډ شوي دي او په ویډیو کې ثبت شوي دي. تاسو کولی شئ د دې شیانو په اړه باندې د خپل وکیل سره وغږېږئ.
ما هېڅکله داسې ګناه نه ده کړې. په ظلم زیاتی کوئ نو تاسو خپل کار دی. ما داسې ګناه نه ده کړې چې ما سره لاس اچولی وي، چا سره ظلم زیاتی کړی یم، داسې نشه کړې چې خپل ځان پوه شوی نه وم.
I didn't commit any crime, sir. I never did something that I harmed someone. I didn't did anything like that. Neither I was using any substances that I was not in my I was not able to understand things. I've never done anything like that, and if I can say that I didn't commit any crime and anything if I'm getting into prison or anything that will be cruelty.
Sir, I'm going to finish what I'm here to tell you today. Please save your comments until I am finished.
سمه ده زه د خپلې خبرې غواړم اول تاسو ته پوره کړم که تاسو کومه خبره لرئ تاسو ماله لږ منتظر اوسئ چې زه خپله خبره پوره کړم بعد د هغې نه تاسو کولی شئ چې خپله خبره وکړئ.
You have also been arrested for criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor, and disorderly conduct, a Class 1 misdemeanor.
د دې نه علاوه تاسو په دې ګناه کې هم نیول شوي وي چې تاسو تاوان ورکړی دی یو شیونه مو خراب کړي دي چې هغه د کلاس 2 misdemeanor دی یعنې یو داسې سزا ده چې د هغې یو داسې جرم چې د هغې سزا د 1 کال نه کمه کیدی شي. دې نه علاوه تاسو چې کوم دی داسې ماحول جوړ کړی دی هغه ځای کې شیونه مو خراب کړي دي چې هغه په کلاس 1 misdemeanor کې هم راتلی شي یعنې هغه ګناه چې د هغې سزا د 1 کال نه کمه کیدی شي.
Finally, you've been arrested for resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony.
د دې نه علاوه تاسو چې کله نیول شوي وئ نو تاسو چې چا نیولی دولتي ادارو تاسو هغوی سره ځان نه دی ورکړی چې تاسو ګرفتار کړي ګرفتاري مو په خپله خوښه نه ده ورکړې او د هغې خلاف مو مزاحمت کړی دی کومه چې د 8 کلاس فیلني ده یو داسې جرم چې امکان لري د سزا یې د کال نه ډېره شي.
I have found probable cause and I'm assigning you an attorney.
The interviewer speaking, sir. With your, for accuracy, I would like you to please give me a bit information about the probable cause. What does that mean?
Okay, let me rephrase. Sir, I have found that a minimum level of evidence exists to set a bond, and I'm assigning you an attorney.
سمه ده زه په دې نتیجې ته رارسېدلی یم چې تاسو یو وجه لرئ په دې چې موږ تاسو ونیسو یو د ګناه تاسو کړې ده او د هغې ثبوتونه لږ څه ناڅه ثبوتونه شته. زه په دې خاطر باندې وایم تاسو له یو وکیل درکمه باید تاسو د خپل هر څه مخ په وړاندې ویسئ یعنې تاسو یو ګناه کړی او د هغې په اړه باندې څه ناڅه ثبوت شته دی باید دغه تاسو دپاره زه وکیل درکومه چې تاسو د خپل هر څه مخ په وړاندې ویسئ.
Your next court dates are October 29 and October 31 in the downtown Superior Court.
ستاسو د عدالتي اورېدنې را روان تاریخ به په اکتوبر د 9 او اکتوبر د 31 په سپیریور کورټ کې کوم چې په ډاون ټاون کې دی.
Upon your promise to appear, I will be releasing you today, but there are going to be many conditions to your release.
که تاسو ما سره واده وکړئ چې تاسو به عدالت ته ځان را رسوئ او د عدالت پیشې کې به حاضري کوئ زه کولی شم چې نن تاسو پرېږدم خو تاسو به زه پرېږدم د هغې سره به زه تاسو باندې ډېرې پابندۍ لګوم. Okay, sir.
You're going to be placed on supervised release and you're going to have an electronic ankle monitor.
تاسو چې کوم دی موږ پرېږدو خو په دې خاطر چې په تاسو باندې به نظر ساتلی کېږي او ستاسو په خپه کې به یو الکترانیک برقي یو اله اچول کېږي په دې خاطر چې په تاسو نظر وساتل شي. Okay, sir.
You cannot go back home and you can have no contact with any victim or witness.
ته بیرته خپل کور ته نشي ستنېدلی او هغه کسان کوم چې ستا د دې جرم څخه د هغې باندې اثر پرېوتی دی یعنې هغه سره دا کار شوی دی ستا د اړخه ته نشي کولی چې له هغوی سره تماس ونیسي کوم چې ستا په وجه باندې پریشان شوي دي یا د کوم ګواه سره ته نشي کولی له هغوی سره کوم رقم تماس ونیسي یا ورسره وګوري.
You are not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol.
ته اجازه نه لري چې د ځان سره هیڅ قسمه وساتي داسې شی لکه که هغه ټوپک تمانچه یا بل قسمه داسې آله ته اجازه نه لري چې هغه له ځان سره وساتي. د دې نه علاوه ته د نشې هیڅ قسمه شی له ځان سره نشي ساتلی لکه ډرګ شو یا نور قسمه شراب شو.
You must obey any protection orders that are placed against you.
دغه ټول حدونه چې موږ په تاسو باندې کېغوستل چې باید دا تاسو وکړئ په همدې شرطونو باندې موږ تاسو به پرېږدو باید تاسو هغه ټول ومنئ او چې موږ کومې خبرې تاسو ته وکړلې کوم شرطونه مو تاسو ته کېغوستل باید تاسو هغه ومنئ او په هغې باندې لاړ شئ او د هغې خلاف ورزي ونه کوئ.
صحیح ده.
Okay, sir.
You cannot live with your family even if you're the owner or renter of the property.
ته نشي کولی چې د خپل فامیل سره اوسېږي په دې وخت کې حتی دا چې د دې کور کرا هم ته ورکوي یا دا کور ستا په نامه باندې هم وي ته بیا هم نشي کولی چې هلته ورشې او د خپل فامیل سره اوسېږي.
فامیل سره باید واوسېږم ځکه چې فامیل مې د هغې نه نه کېږي فامیل نه.
یو ځل بیا ووایه.
ومویل چې فامیل سره باید واوسېږم فامیل نه نه کېږي هغه فامیل د بچیان مې دي هلته ښځه مې ده هغې نه نه کېږي.
I think, sir, I should live with my family because I have my wife over there, my children are over there. I think I should stay with them.
Sir, I am ordering that you stay away from your home and for your family at this time.
Sir, زه تاسو ته حکم درکوم چې تاسو د خپل کور څخه د خپل فامیل سره په دې وخت کې ونه ګورئ او له هغوی سره ونه اوسېږئ او د هغې نه لرې اوسېږئ.
I will warn you that a violation of a no victim contact order can lead to new criminal offenses.
زه غواړم تاسو له دا خبرداری درکم چې تاسو ته موږ دا شرطونه ایښي دي چې تاسو د دې حادثې چې څومره جوبل شوي کسان دي یا چې کوم خلکو ته په دې کې نقصان رسېدلی دی زیان رسېدلی باید تاسو له هغوی سره ونه ګورئ. که تاسو د هغې سره ګورئ دا به د عدالتي حکمنامې یو قسمه خلاف ورزي چې دا یو بل جرم کېدلی شي او په تاسو باندې یو نوی جرم عاید کېدلی شي په دې خاطر چې د عدالت د طرفه تاسو ته حکم درکول شوی دی چې تاسو ونه ګورئ او که تاسو ګورئ نو دا خلاف ورزي د عدالت د حکمنامې.
Do you understand all of these conditions I've told you?
چې کوم شرطونه ما تاسو ته مخې ته کېغوستل آیا تاسو په دې ټولو باندې پوهه شوئ؟
هو پوه شوم.
Yes, sir, I understood.
Do you promise to follow all of these conditions that I told you?
آیا تاسو ما سره وعده کوئ چې کوم شرطونه ما تاسو ته کېغوستل دا به تاسو پالئ او د دې خلاف ورزي به نه کوئ؟
صحیح ده.
Okay, sir.
Do you promise not to go back home and do you promise not to contact your family at this time?
آیا تاسو زما سره دا وعده کوئ چې تاسو به بیرته کور ته نه ستنېږئ؟ آیا تاسو وعده کوئ چې له فامیل سره به نه ګورئ او له هغوی سره به کم رقم تماس نه نیسئ؟
فامیل سره باید واوسېږم فامیل نه نه کېږي زه باید زه چېرته اوسم زه بل ځای نه لرم هغې د خپل کور نه سي.
Sir, I don't have any other place without my family. I think I should be given permission to live with my family to contact them because I don't have any other place where I'll reside.
Sir, I have told you before that I'm ordering you not to go back home and not to contact your family. If you're unable to do that, then I must hold you in custody. Do you understand that?
سر ما تاسو ته حکم درکړ چې باید تاسو د خپل فامیل سره تماس ونه نیسئ او تاسو له هغوی سره ونه ګورئ. دا د عدالت د طرفه تاسو ته حکم دی. که تاسو داسې کوئ نو ډېره ښه ده. که داسې نشئ کولی نو بیا زه مجبور یم چې تاسو یعنې تاسو بوځمه بندي مو کم او په کسټډۍ کې هم وساتم دلته په بند کې.
نو ما ته ځای پیدا کړي کور ونیسئ راته دلته اوسېږم زه چېرته اوسېږم بل ځای نه لرم.
Sir, in that case, if that is the case, I would like you to rent me a house so that I can reside over there because where I'll reside if I am not permitted to go to my family?
There are homeless shelters for individuals who don't have any place else to go, and there are phone numbers for those shelters in the jail facility.
سمه ده. دلته چې کوم دی موږ سره شلټر شته دی ځایونه شته دی د هغه کسانو دپاره څوک چې کور نه لري نو د هغوی دپاره شلټرې دي. د هغوی په اړه باندې د هغې معلومات چې کوم دي هغه د دې جیل په فیسیلیټي کې چې کوم د دې جیل ځای دی هغلته د هغوی په اړه باندې معلومات شته، د دې شیلټر د هغوی شمېرې شته، تاسو کولی شئ له هغوی سره تماس ونیسئ او هغوی درته د اوسېدو دپاره ځای درکړي.
ما کار تاسو ونه کړو څه پوهېږم ورته نه په ژبه پوهېږم نه نمبر راسره شته او چېرته دي چېرته نه دي زه په دې نه پوهېږم که دوی راته نیسي راته ودې نیسي نو نه د فامیل نه بغیر نه کېږي ځکه چې هغه مې فامیل دی نو هلته هغه مې کور دی هلته زه کار کوم کار نه هم لرې کړی نه.
Okay, sir. The thing is that I don't understand the language about the shelters and everything. How can I communicate with them? How can I get a shelter? I'll be not able to do that. I don't have the phone numbers. I don't have any information about the shelters. So I think it's better so that for me to reside with my family at this time because I have to go to work, and if I want to reside in shelter, I don't know where it will be. I'll be far away from my work. How will I go to my work? So that's kind of a big problem for me at this time. It's better to reside with my family.
Sir, I'm going to say for one last time, you cannot live with your family and you cannot go back home at this time. And the electronic ankle monitor will let the court know if you do try to go back home.
سر تاسو چې څنګه ما ویلي دي زه درته غواړم په اخر وارې باندې ووایم چې تاسو نشئ کولی چې د خپل فامیل سره اوسېږئ له د هغوی سره تماس ونیسئ. تاسو نشئ کولی چې بیرته خپل کور ته ستانه شئ. دا تاسو ته غواړم په اخرني وار ووایم. د دې نه علاوه به موږ ستاسو په خپه کې یو مونیټر اچو، معنا دا ستاسو په خپه کې به یو کړۍ غوندې واچو. د هغه کړۍ نه به عدالت ته معلومات کېږي چې تاسو اوس په دې وخت کې په کوم ځای کې وئ. که تاسو هڅه وکړله چې کور ته لاړ شئ یا تاسو کور ته لاړئ نو موږ ته به پته لګي چې که ستا په خپه کې به کړۍ موږ اچولي د هغې نه به موږ اندازه لګو چې ته اوس په کوم ځای کې. که داسې کوم رقم کار وشي نو یاد دې وي چې دا به د عدالت د حکمنامې خلاف ورزي.
So I need to hear from you now if you will promise to follow these conditions. And if you do not promise to follow these conditions, I will hold you in custody.
زه غواړم چې تاسو نه وپوښتم چې آیا تاسو ما سره واده کوئ چې زموږ دا ټول شرطونه به منئ چې کوم تاسو ته موږ وویل. که تاسو واده کوئ سمه ده بیا به موږ تاسو پرېږدو. که تاسو واده نه کوئ نو زه به بیا تاسو په کسټډي کې ساتم، یعنی بند کې به مو ساتم، بندي کوم به مو.
دا ما په حق ظلم دی که خپل کور ته مې پرېږدي که نه مې پرېږدي موږ د خپل وطن ته ولېږي او موږ ځو خپل وطن ته. موږ دلته نه اوسېږو، عدالت نشته دلته، نه دلته د انساني په نوم کوم څه شته دي دلته.
That's cruelty, sir. I would like you to please give me permission to reside with my family. If that is not the case, I don't believe this is justice. I am requesting, if that's not the case, send us to our homeland, to our home country. We would like to go over there because I think it's not justice with the humanity.
Your pen, please. Sir, at this time, I am not confident that you will follow the orders of this court. I am setting a $500 bond.
سر په دې وخت کې زه په دې خبره باندې یقیني نشم چې تاسو به د عدالت حکمنامه ومنئ او تاسو ته چې عدالت کوم شرطونه مخې ته کېښودي دي دا به تاسو ومنئ، ځکه زه په تاسو باندې $500 جرمانه لګوم.
If you're able to pay that bond and are released, then you will also be on supervised release with an electronic ankle monitor.
که تاسو دغه $500 جرمانه ډکولی شئ نو بیا به موږ تاسو پرېږدو، خو یاده دې وئ چې بیا به هم تاسو زموږ د نظر لاندې وئ. ستاسو په خپه کې به موږ هغه برقي کړۍ اچو په دې خاطر چې له تاسو باندې نظر وساتو.
Your next court dates are now October 20th and October 23rd.
تاسو د را روان عدالتي پیشې تاریخونه چې کوم دي هغه به اکتوبر د 23 او اکتوبر شلم او اکتوبر 23.
If you are released, all of the same conditions I stated before are in effect. You cannot go back home, and you cannot have contact with your family.
که تاسو اوس موږ پریدو نو یاد دی کوم شرطونه چې تاسو ته ما مخکې ویلیو هغه به اوس هم په تاسو باندې لګیږي. تاسو نشئ کولی چې بیرته خپل کور ته ستانه شئ یا د خپل فامیل سره تماس ونیسئ.
نو زه اوس چېرته لاړ شم؟ ځکه لاړ شم چېرته اوسېږم؟
So where should I go now, sir? Where should I reside now?
Sir, you're going to be held in custody until the bond is paid.
تاسو به تر هغې پورې په بند کې وئ، یعنی تاسو به په کسټډۍ کې وئ تر کومې پورې چې تاسو دغه $500 ورنه کوئ.
Please go to the room on your left. You will receive your paperwork.
تاسو کولی شئ چې کوټې ته ورشئ کومه چې په چپ طرف باندې ده چې تاسو ته خپلې ورقې تر کړی شي.
ما څخه روپۍ نشته، روپۍ کومه نه کوم، کومه ورکړم روپۍ په جریمه؟
I don't have any money, sir, at this time. I will not be able to pay the bond at this time.
Sir, you refused to promise to not contact your family. I had no confidence that you were going to listen to the orders of this court. That is why I set the bond.
پتا باندې د $500 دا بانډ په دې خاطر ولګېده چې تا عدالت یقیني نه کړه په دې خبره باندې چې ته به د خپل فامیل سره نه ګورې او د هغوی سره به تماس نه نیسي. په دې باندې تاسو باندې دغه $500 جرمانه یو قسم ته بانډ ولګېده. ځکه د دې وجه دا ده چې تاسو عدالت ته دا یقین ورنه کړه چې تاسو به د عدالت چې کوم شرایط دي هغه ومنئ او په هغې باندې به لاړ شئ.
Please go to your left for your paperwork.
تاسو کولی شئ چې خپل چپ طرف ته لاړ شئ د خپلو ورقو ترلاسه کولو دپاره.
په کوم څه چې ویل شوي دغه ما په حق ظلم دی. کوم څه ما کوم ظلم کوم ځای نه دی کړی، ما نه چا سره جنګ کړی دی، نه چا په حق نه ما تېری کړی دی. کوم څه زه راوستم زه هېڅ پوه نه یم چې زه کیسې راوستی یم. دغه فیصله شوې ده داسې په هغه فیصله نه ده، حق فیصله نه ده.
Sir, the thing, whatever is said about my case, it is not justice, and I didn't harm anyone. I didn't took anyone's stuff. I didn't did anything wrong in which I made losses to the other people. I didn't did any type of this work, sir. So what it is, I think it is not justice. Whatever is said, for me, it's not justice, sir.
Sir, your matter is now finished. I'm now going to have you escorted from the podium. Good luck to you, sir.
سمره ستاسو ستونزه لا ختمه شوې نه ده. زه تاسو د پوډیم څخه لا ما نوي پرېغوستي، ستاسو ستونزه لا ختمه شوې نه ده او ستاسو په حق کې لا پوره فیصله نه ده شوې. ستاسو دپاره نیکې هیلې په مخه مخه.
Mr. Interpreter, thank you very much for your help.
You are most welcome, sir. Thank you for calling Linebridge for your language needs, sir. Wish you a really nice day ahead and take care, sir.
Thank you. For the last individual, I'll be visiting them back at their cell. They pose a risk of harm to themselves or to others. Vanessa Thompson, date of birth 6/15/2000, here in a Superior Court new case. Arrested for criminal trespass, a Class 6 felony. I have found probable cause. I'm assigning counsel. Next court dates are October 29th and October 31st in the downtown Superior Court. Upon a promise superior, release to pretrial services supervision, not to return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victim or witness, not to possess any weapons, drugs, or alcohol. After visiting with her back at her cell, if found to make any changes to these release conditions, I'll come back on the record to make those changes. This concludes the 5 a.m. calendar. Down here.
Okay.
All right. Apologies, Your Honor. Did not hear you coming.
Okay, you may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 14th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 1st of this month will apply to all matters on this calendar. Before we get started today, there's a few things that I want to explain to you of how we will be proceeding. First, I'm going to call each of you up to the podium one by one. I will ask you for your first and last name and your date of birth. I will then tell you why you are here and whether or not an attorney has been appointed to represent you. I will then let you know what your upcoming court dates will be and what your bond will be if you are eligible for bond. And lastly, I will let you know what your release conditions are. Some of you may have some questions while I'm providing this advisement. I'd ask that you not interrupt me while I'm providing the advisement. Allow me to complete the advisement. At the end of that advisement, you may ask your questions. I'm also cautioning you to keep your questions related to your release conditions only. This is a recorded proceeding. Anything that you say here could be used against you. So any questions or concerns that you have regarding your case should be directed towards your attorney. The first person that I'm calling to the podium this morning is Joshua Martinez. If you will please come into the courtroom. Joshua Martinez.
Apologies, Your Honor. Here's Joshua Martinez is in isolation.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was not aware. So then, Mr. Holmes, will you please come to the podium? And Jose Lopez, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. I think it was an update on her end, but it should be. Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
David Holmes, 33098.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of burglary in the 2nd degree, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all 3 charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, you cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims, and you cannot possess any weapons. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you do not have any questions for me, you may step to your left and the officer will give you your paperwork.
So I do have a question. So I have an interview today at 12 o'clock, so there's no way I'm going to make it, huh? And then I'm in a sober living house now, and
Sir,
is there no way for a reduced bond?
That is the reduced bond, because I looked at your criminal history. You're telling me that you're in a sober house facility, and I just found probable cause that you were in possession of a dangerous drug and of drug paraphernalia. So I will tell you that your request is not a persuasive one, considering the nature of the charges of why you were here and taking into consideration your criminal history. And that's part of the reason why I thought that a bond was appropriate in the nature of the offense. That a bond is appropriate to secure your appearance and also to ensure the safety of the community at this time, so I'm not inclined to lower it anymore.
Is that a cash bond, like the whole
secured
thing?
appearance, 10% of $2,000, so it's $250 plus collateral is what you need.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Lopez, will you please come to the podium, and Ms. Gladding, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Sir, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Jose Luna is April 28, 1987 is my date of birth.
You are here today because a warrant was issued when you failed to appear for a court date.
Correct.
An attorney was already appointed to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 10th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. That warrant has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. If you are able to post bond, you must appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would again issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me.
No. No, I don't have any questions other than I should be able to post bonds today.
Okay. If you step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Yeah, we'll take that in.
Ms. Gladding, will you please come into the courtroom? And Mr. Diaz, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Patricia Gladding, 10/23/93.
I will be with you in just a minute. I do have to make a correction. Some additional information was added.
You might not see it on your end.
Okay.
But, okay, it should be on the 23rd.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm so sorry. If you could state your first and last name and your date of birth.
Patricia Gladding, 10/23/93.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of resisting arrest with risk of physical injury, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting by concealment, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You have a status conference hearing on October 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. Because you were on felony release at the time that these alleged offenses occurred, you are not eligible for bond today under Arizona law. So I did have to schedule an evidentiary hearing for you for October 23rd at 1:30. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, feel free to step to your left. I'm so sorry. I had to reprint her order. The officer is going to grab.
You said if I have a question?
Yes.
Okay. No, so basically I just have to, I'll be in custody until the court date and then find it, or would I be sentenced?
You will be in custody until your evidentiary hearing on October 23rd at 1:30.
Okay, and then do I get sentenced from then?
This is a new case, so right now this is what we call pre-filing. So by the time you get to your evidentiary hearing, the charges will have been filed. You'll have your attorney at that point. You will talk to your attorney, and you can discuss with your attorney how you would like to proceed. So you haven't been found guilty of anything, so there's no sentencing that will be occurring in the immediate future. Okay? Mr. Diaz, will you please come to the podium? And Ms. Romero, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Argenis Diaz, 8:30/90.
You are here today because you have a probation violation warrant. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a probation revocation possible disposition hearing on October 21st at 8:30. Your warrant had a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. If you are able to post bond, you do need to appear for your court date. Failure to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest. An additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you will please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Romero, will you please come into the courtroom? And Ms. Silver, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. So can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Sarayon Ramiro, 9/10/2003.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of assault with intent to injure, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 22nd at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. If you are able to post bond, you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim. You cannot possess any weapons. If there are any orders of protection or orders against harassment that have been issued, you must comply with those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted, when civil, standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings. You are also cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order in this case, you could be charged with aggravated harassment, which is a Class 6 felony. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant will issue for your arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Ms. Silver, will you please come to the podium? And Mr. Von Fur, if you'll please have a seat in the chair by the door. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Sherelle Silver, 7/20/84.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of possession of a dangerous drug, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential structure, a Class 6 felony, 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of criminal trespass in a residential yard, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to the trespassing in the first degree of a residential structure and criminal trespass in the first degree of a residential yard. I did not find probable cause as to the possession of dangerous drugs or drug paraphernalia. I did appoint an attorney to represent you in this matter. You do have a status conference hearing on October 29th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 31st at 8:30. I am inclined to release you to pretrial services, which means that I would be releasing you back into the community without bond, but your release would be supervised by pretrial services. You do have to promise to appear for your court dates. Do you promise to appear for your court dates?
Yes.
Your release conditions are that you cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victims. Also, you must appear for your court dates. Failure to do so would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
I do have a question. So you found probable cause, meaning that I'm going to be charged with, or?
I found probable cause means that right now, at this moment, when you're in front of me, do I have enough information or do I have enough evidence to believe that you committed the offenses as presented?
Mm-hmm.
Today, I made a probable cause finding, yes, as to 2 of your charges. I did not find probable cause as to the drug and drug paraphernalia charge. However, that doesn't mean that by the time you get to your court dates, which means you do need to show up for your court dates, that information could be found before you get to court or when you get to court, and you could be charged with all 4 counts.
Okay.
So you need to make sure that you go to court.
I will.
Okay? Any other questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Mr. Von Fur, if you'll please come to the podium, and Mr. Brandt, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Good morning, sir. Can you please say your first and last name and your date of birth?
William Von Forhair, May 24th, 2007.
Thank you. You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of criminal trespass in the second degree, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to that offense. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to a court-appointed counsel. You will have an arraignment hearing on October 28th at 2 p.m. I am inclined to release you today on your own recognizance, which means I am releasing you without bond, but you do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, Your Honor.
You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest, and a bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Brandt, will you please come to the podium? And Christy Renz, will you please have a seat in the chair by the door? Good morning, sir. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Tyler Brandt, 121088.
You are here today because you have a warrant out of El Centro Justice Court. Due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on October 30th at 8:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes, ma'am.
Please be advised that if you fail to appear for your court date, another warrant is going to issue for your arrest. I will let you know that the recommended bond here was $500. I decided not to impose that today to give you an opportunity to go to court and take care of it. If you don't go and another warrant is issued, that bond will be imposed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about today. If you have no questions for me, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Ms. Renz, will you please come to the podium? And Josiah Pittman, if you'll please have a seat in a chair by the door. Good morning, ma'am. Can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Christy Renz, 9/23/1963.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with 1 count of disorderly conduct involving fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause as to both counts, and I did not appoint an attorney to represent you because due to the nature of the charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You do have an arraignment hearing on November 4th at 1:30. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance today, which means I will be releasing you without bond. You do have to promise to appear for your court date. Do you promise to appear for your court date?
Yes.
You have the following release conditions. You cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime. You cannot initiate any contact with the alleged victim, and you cannot possess any weapons. If there's an order of protection or order against harassment that has been issued, you must comply with the terms of those orders. You cannot reside at the same location as the alleged victim. You will be permitted one civil standby with local law enforcement to assist you in collecting your essential belongings, and you are cautioned that if you violate the no victim contact order, you could be charged with a Class 6 felony of aggravated harassment. Failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court date would result in a warrant issuing for your arrest and a bond would be imposed. Looks like you may have a question.
I do. My 15-and-a-half-year-old son is at the house, and I need to take care of him.
Well, you will have to get your son and stay someplace else. You cannot be in the house with the alleged victim.
Okay, but that's my house, though.
Ma'am.
Okay, I'm just...
the information that you've been charged under a domestic violence statute.
All right.
These are the release conditions for domestic violence cases.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so if you have no other questions, if you'll please step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Pittman, will you please come to the podium? Sir, you were here today. I'm so sorry, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Josiah Pittman, 9/18/98.
Sir, you are here today because you have 2 warrants for your arrest out of the state of Washington. As a result of those warrants that you are a fugitive of justice. As a fugitive of justice, you do have the right to have an extradition hearing. You would be entitled to bond. Your warrants, you have 2 of them. Each of those warrants has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $40,000. You do have the right to hire an attorney at your own expense. One would not be appointed to you because this matter is civil in nature rather than criminal. Extradition requires a governor's warrant to be signed by both the governor here in Arizona and the governor out of the state of Washington. That process can take between 60 and 90 days. You also have the right to waive an extradition hearing. If you choose to waive an extradition hearing, you would not be entitled to bond, and Washington would have 30 days from tomorrow to come and pick you up if you don't have any local charges pending. If you have local charges pending, the 30 days would not start until after those matters were resolved. I will let you know that I am aware that you do have some cases pending here in our court. Did you get the information regarding extradition?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you know how you would like to proceed today?
Yes, I don't want to waive my rights.
Okay, so then you will have your extradition hearing for both matters will be on your first one. This will be your initial hearing. So your hearing will be on October 27th at 1:30 for both matters. and your secured appearance bond for each matter is $40,000. So your total secured appearance bond is $80,000. You do need to, if you're able to post bond, you do need to appear for your matters, or if you fail to appear, that would result in the loss of that bond. And I also am aware that you are being held on bond in your other matters that you have here as well. So just make sure that you attend all your court dates, or that would result in the loss of any bond that you do post, and warrants would again issue for your arrest. So I believe that that takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes, so I'm here again because the courts, or I don't know, Washington forgot to add those other two charges to the other.
I don't think that it's Washington that forgot to. Essentially what happens, I see that you're here, and what I am guessing from what happened is that maybe you posted bond in the other matters. If you were going to be released, they will do a warrants check to make sure that you are eligible for release. And if they found these warrants, that's why you were not released, and that's why you had to be seen on these warrants.
I never posted bail.
Okay, so then somehow, some way, there was something happened that there was a check that was made regarding whether or not you had any outstanding warrants. And it was found and brought to the attention of the court.
Right. I was just going to say the warrants were, like these charges were added, but they were supposed to be together because they're in the same.
Well, I can't do anything about the state of Washington. Okay. So I just see that the state of Washington issued two separate warrants, and they have different offenses. And I'm guessing, I don't know if these are two separate charges that happened at different dates. I don't know. I don't have that information. I just have the warrant.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Ms. Milton, will you please come into the courtroom? So, ma'am, can you please state your first and last name and your date of birth?
Portia Milton, July 12, 1980.
You are here today on a new case. You were charged with one count of possession of a dangerous drug, a class 4 felony, one count of aggravated DUI, having a passenger under the age of 15, a class 6 felony, one count of aggravated DUI, driving with a license that was suspended for a previous DUI, a class 6 felony, and one count of child abuse, a class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to all of the charges, and I did appoint an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference hearing on October 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. If you are able to post bond, you will be released to pretrial services where you are to participate in drug testing and monitoring. You cannot drive a vehicle with anyone under the age of 18 years old in it. And if DCS is involved, you must comply with all directives from DCS involving contact with the minor child. This failure to comply with your release conditions or failing to appear for your court dates would result in the loss of any bond that you post. A warrant would issue for your arrest, and additional bond would be imposed. This takes care of everything that I needed to talk to you about. If you have no questions for me, if you'll step to your left, officer will give you your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Joshua Martinez, date of birth, October 1st, 1993, is here on a new case. Mr. Martinez is not present in court due to being in medical isolation. He was charged with one count of aggravated assault on a first responder. That would be a class 2 felony. I think, I'm so sorry. Hold on 1 second. I just wanted to make sure I have.
Second.
Yes, it is a Class 2 felony. I did find probable cause as to that offense, and I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He has a status conference hearing on October 20th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 23rd at 8:30. He has a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. If he is able to post bond, he cannot return to the scene of the alleged crime, and he cannot possess any weapons. Mr. Martinez will be advised that if he fails to comply with release conditions or fails to appear for his court dates, that would result in the loss of any bond that he posts. A warrant would issue for his arrest, and additional bond could be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Martinez. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. And I'm so sorry. And then Mr. Jesse Gibson, date of birth, October 21st, 1973, is also here on the new case. Mr. Gibson is not physically present in court due to, I do have to clarify, for Mr. Martinez, the reason why he was not present in court is concerns that he's a danger to self. Mr. Gibson, there is a concern, he is in medical isolation. He was charged with 1 count of possession of a narcotic drug, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did not find probable cause as to either charges. Julie, we have to write this order. I did not find probable cause as to those charges. He will have I did appoint an attorney to represent him. He has a status conference hearing on October 29th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing on October 31st at 8:30. Because I could not find probable cause, Mr. Gibson will be released. However, he will be advised that he still needs to appear for his court date. He will be advised that that probable cause could be found at a later date, and that if he fails to appear for that court date, a warrant would issue for his arrest and a bond would likely be imposed. I will meet with Mr. Gibson. If any changes are needed, I will do so either on the record or in writing. This concludes our 8 a.m. initial appearance calendar. We stand in recess until 11 a.m.
right, thank you. Be seated.
Tiny calendar. Put a mouse pad in here. Okay, this is the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar for October 14th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of fingerprints and DNA samples made on the 2 a.m. calendar on the first of the month will also apply to these hearings. We're going to start with Mr. Shire, Scott Shire. If you'll please come all the way to the podium, you'll be first. After that, Angelina Vitalara, will you please go to the chair? You will be next. Right there at the podium, please. Good morning, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
My ear's ringing.
Okay, we're going to get you some headphones.
I'm sorry. And thank you for your service, ma'am. I've seen the name before, and you're a great spirit, regardless of today.
Well, I'm here to do a job, and you may or may not be happy with my decision at the end of it. Fine. So just so you know,
it doesn't matter.
Do my job either way, whether people say nice things to me or not nice things to me.
I'm happy with who you are. That's all that matters. Do I come to you?
No, that was it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's just my ears are ringing.
Okay, I'm going to start by talking quietly. Okay. All right.
Hold your hand over there.
That'll keep the feedback down. Or I wonder, are you able to rotate? I don't know. Does that thing move at all, or is it nailed down? Okay, it's fine. It should be nailed down because it's a safety issue. Oh, well, try turning it like sideways. There you go. Try that. Okay, that might do it. No. Now take your finger off. Yeah, because it's directional. Okay. All right, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
My name is Scott Lee Shire, 8/2/1974.
All right, thank you. Mr. Shire, you're here on a new case. You were arrested for drive-by shooting, a Class 2 felony, aggravated assault as a Class 2 felony, misconduct involving weapons, which I just realized I do not believe that they ever gave an allegation for the age of the alleged victim. They did allege a juvenile, they didn't give an age. So just so the officers know, I will want to reprint this. So, sorry. Mr. Shire, for purposes of the aggravated assault law, if the alleged victim was in fact under the age of 15, then that is a Class 2 felony. If they were 16, 17, or 18, or even 50, it's a Class 3 felony. So for purposes of this hearing only, I find probable cause on that as a Class 3 felony. That means for any victim in that situation, it's a Class 3. If ultimately it is shown that the alleged victim is under the age of 15, then you could face charging as a Class 2 felony. That's why the police booked you for a 2, but I am finding probable cause on that aggravated assault as a 3. Misconduct involving weapons, that's a Class 4 felony, and unlawfully discharging a firearm in the city limits, which is a Class 6 felony. All right, I find probable cause on all of those. I am appointing a lawyer for you. And in this case, you'll have 2 upcoming court dates. A status conference October 20th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing October 23rd at 8:30 in the same court. In your case, there is a strong weight of evidence that the police say that they have against you. You also have a very significant criminal history, some of which is extremely violent. The court notes you have at least 5 prior felony convictions, multiple prison terms, and you did serve a 7-year prison sentence for intentional manslaughter.
No, unintentional.
It was manslaughter class 2 felony. So it could have been it could have been intentionally or knowingly or recklessly, and that the allegation was beating someone to death. You've also had a misconduct involving weapons prior, and there is extremely strong evidence on misconduct involving weapons charges against you, which the court notes, if convicted, with your prior criminal history, you face a presumptive and mandatory prison term of 10 years alone for the guns. That is to say nothing of the violent allegations, of which the court has tremendous concerns about not only your safety in the community, but your risk to these very specific alleged victims.
I had orders of protection on all of them, which I was there to serve.
A person cannot serve their own orders.
I know, I was serving
And
the police.
so, Mr. Shire, the court believes you faced a very substantial possible prison term in this case. That also increases the risk of failure to appear to avoid such a thing.
Never missed one.
Balancing all of those factors, which this court takes very seriously, there's a strong weight of evidence against you. Bail is set in your case at $150,000. It is secured. If you post that, you will be on an ankle monitor under house arrest. Absolutely no going within 1/2 mile of the scene of the alleged crimes. Absolutely no contact with any of the alleged victims or witnesses there for any purpose. Then, let's see. No weapons, obviously. No drugs without a valid prescription, no alcohol. If you get served with an order against harassment, you must comply with that as well. As I said, I did give you a lawyer. Your court dates are both next week. Your status conference is 6 days from now. All right, if you will hand the headphones back to this gentleman, if you step to your left, you get paid. Sorry?
Can I make a statement or I'm not?
You can. Do you understand that you have the right to remain silent?
Yeah, I'm going all the way to trial, so.
Okay, and do you understand that this hearing is being audio and video recorded, and anything that you say could be used against you, including at your trial?
I would like it to be.
Okay, does that mean that you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
All right, do you understand you have the right to the assistance of a lawyer? I did appoint you one, but they're not standing here with you today.
Understood.
And you understand that almost every defense lawyer would counsel you to wait and let them tell your side of the story.
Yeah.
All right. So certainly the court encourages people to talk about conditions of bail or release. I don't recommend that you talk about what you've been accused of, which I know can be difficult in this context. However, if you choose to do it, you're doing that voluntarily.
Yeah.
So I'm not inviting it. I'm not compelling it. I won't stop you if you end up doing it because you've told me you do understand your rights. With respect to what conditions of bail or release the court should set, what did you want to say?
Okay, so A to Z, we lived next to these people for 8 years.
I'm sorry, what does A to Z mean? Does that mean you're going to give me a long discourse about the background of the case? Because I'm not here to decide whether you did it. I'm here to decide whether the police made probable cause. And they did. That is a very low standard. So go ahead.
All right, so I asked for a polygraph. They didn't provide.
So I don't want A to Z, sir, and
Okay.
polygraphs aren't admissible at trial. So what I'm trying to say is please cut to the chase. I do not want the entire background of the case. What I want to know is what do you want to recommend I set as conditions of bail or release?
Okay, so I am a father of 4. I went through a 7-year court hearing in Prescott, just to give you some terms of why I would be at court. The bail company went under. I still kept going to court. Never missed. There was no warrant or warrant. The bail company sent someone to get me asked for habeas corpus. I might have been law. I don't know. Nothing compared to you, but he wouldn't present anything. He assaulted my 1-year-old daughter.
I'm sorry, are you talking about a different case, sir?
Okay, no, anyway, so I would not miss a court date. And I was there to serve 3 orders of protection for threatening to murder me. They were all filming. They didn't turn that film in. And that would have proven and will prove in court because I'm going all the way to trial with this. Okay, I don't care if I face, This is over a molested girl, Nevaeh Demby, who told my daughter, her best friend, that 4 men are molesting her in the
Okay,
house.
sir, but the fact that, so even if that is absolutely true, none of that rebuts the probable cause in this case.
And it was involuntary manslaughter. Involuntary.
All right, so you served 7 years in prison, and I read the pre-sentence report enough to see that it was for beating a man to death.
Because you pulled a gun on me in my own house.
Mr. Shire, the court has to weigh safety issues. There are 3 purposes of bail in Arizona by Constitution. One of those is appearance at trial. And the court also finds that once you find out the amount of time you may be facing in this case, the court believes that the flight risk calculus for this case is not the same as it was for your earlier cases. So that's flight risk. Now, then there is safety of the community, and there is a strong weight of evidence that you possessed a gun and fired a gun, and you are very much a prohibited possessor, and that carries a 10-year presumptive. Even if everything you told me is true and you are utterly not guilty of the drive-by shooting, holding a gun in your hand is a 10-year presumptive sentence, which is why I certainly recommend you don't tell me today in court that you did that. That would be very much against any intelligent person's best interest. Thirdly, the court has to protect against possible threats to specific people in the community. And on these facts, the court finds you pose a tremendous risk to these specific people, even if one of these specific people is factually a child molester.
You pulled a gun on me.
On these facts, you pose a risk to them.
You pointed
I understand that is what you
daughter
say.
and
The police repeated that story in the probable cause statement. The court was unpersuaded that establishes self-defense
As long as we're all
on these
under
facts.
oath, even the judge.
So in terms of a person's particular motive to potentially cause an altercation with another person, that isn't actually relevant in terms of whether police met probable cause. So even if what you're telling me is absolutely true about the molestation allegations, that does not rebut the allegations from yesterday. And that as I stated before, not only does the court believe that the allegation of the weight of evidence about the drive-by shooting is extremely strong, the court believes that the weight of the evidence, if the police have the evidence that they allege that they have right now, you have a terrible problem on your hands about the gun possession alone.
I freed a
all of those
child,
things.
so that's all I needed to do.
Oh, okay. Anything else that you wanted to say on conditions of bail?
I think it's excessive since I've never missed a court date.
And I've tried to explain that the never missing a court date before it's not irrelevant. It just simply does not outweigh the very overwhelming other factors on the other side. All right. Then we're going to print that up for you. If you hand them that, you can talk to your lawyer next week about all of this.
Right. Thank you for your service.
Oh, yes.
Go ahead and take a seat.
Okay, yeah, we got to print it. All right, Ms. Vitalara? Where's Angela? Angelina? All right, then Stanley Capron, will you please go to the chair? Hello, ma'am, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Angelina Vitellaro, July 31st, 2003.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a probation violation warrant. You are on probation for a Class 6 felony, and there was another petition to revoke your probation filed on October 3rd of this year. It alleges that you violated terms 3 and 5. You'll get a copy of it from your lawyer. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition hearing on October 21st at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your bond is $250. It is secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your written conditions, and don't miss your court dates. Call your PO within 72 hours. The number's on your paperwork. You step to your left, they have that for you. Thank you. Mr. Capron? For that, Michael Huckabee, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Stanley Capron, 10/24/1991.
All right, thank you. You are here on a probation violation warrant. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony, and sorry, this is a term one hold. So the probation department has notified the court. They are going to file a petition to revoke in this case. I think you might be the person, you were on probation in several cases. I think they just missed one when they did when you came in on the 12th.
Yeah.
You were seen on your other two probation, and this one just fell through the cracks. That's where they're doing it after, just to notify you that in addition to your other two probation cases, they're also going to file the petition to revoke in this case. That's standard, so I'm sorry that they hauled you back here to find that out. It does happen sometimes.
So I don't have any new charges? Or anything?
No. This is just because they missed one of your probation cases when they were filing term one holds a couple of days ago. So in any event, I'm going to give you a lawyer. You're going to have a slightly different court date on this one, but it won't matter. You'll still go to court at the earlier date because I have to give you one that's 2 days later. And your lawyer will know, the court will know, you're on probation in 3 cases. They should be able to take care of everything that date and then make this court date go away.
Okay.
But just so you know, I can't set you back 2 days on this one. But
Okay.
it should take care of itself when you get there for the other probation cases.
Okay.
So in this case, I'm setting October 21st at 8:30 in the morning, and you have a $500 secured appearance bond. That's on top of all the other bonds in your other cases. If you do bond out on everything, be sure to call your PO within 72 hours of any time you hit the street. All right, everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. Thank you. Mr. Huckabee. And then Richard Rasmussen, will you go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Michael Huckabee, 11/12/1985.
Okay, thank you. You're here on 3 warrants from Peoria City Court. All of them are failing to appear on different days for different criminal citations you received. And number 1 on the calendar, you've been charged with drug paraphernalia possession, class 1 misdemeanor. Same charge for number 2 on the calendar. And in number 3 on the calendar, the charge is criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, a class 3 misdemeanor. Your next court date in the Peoria City Court will be the same for all of them. It is October 16th, which is the day after tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Peoria City Court. That address will be on your paperwork. Your bond in each of these 3 cases is $100 secured for $300 total. You have written conditions in all 3 cases. I am also appointing a lawyer for you in that court for the sole purpose of helping you with the bond question. You're not otherwise entitled to a court-appointed lawyer in this kind of misdemeanor case. Everything's on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'm going to give you a copy.
Right,
Thank you. All right, Mr. Rasmussen, and then Derek Dobbin. We go to the chair. Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth?
My name is Richard Mackenzie Rasmussen. It's June 19th, 1991.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for criminal damage in an amount over $2,000. There is probable cause for it, and I am not appointing a lawyer for you because you don't financially qualify. So you have the right to hire a lawyer at your own expense or to represent yourself. Your next court dates are going to be in 2 weeks. The first one is a status conference, October 29th at 8:30 in the morning, with a preliminary hearing October 31st at 8:30. Those will be in the downtown Superior Court. In this case, I am going to release you on an ankle monitor under the supervision of pretrial services. You will be required to alcohol test. The court notes you only recently got off probation and you had not been sober for even a year in your probation case at the time you were allowed off. Also, it does appear that you remain a prohibited possessor. I'm not asking you whether you have any guns because your answer to that question could absolutely incriminate you. I noted in my order that the alleged victim said you had a firearm in a safe at the residence. I am not asking you, nor should you tell me whether that's true. But that is part of why I am ordering alcohol testing, and I am ordering that you surrender all weapons in your possession. That means over which you exercise dominion and control. I don't care if they're in your pocket. I don't care if that is a gun meaning if you own it. My car is in the parking lot. I am exercising dominion and control over it right now. Does that make sense? It is in my possession, legally speaking, even though I'm not in the car. So, any guns in your legal possession, and I put the definition in here, you surrender them to the sheriff's office. You can do time for that. Maybe you observed me discuss with that gentleman the 10 years that he faces. Mandatory prison if he loses the trial. You don't have as many priors as he does, so you would face less prison for it, but you would not be probation eligible. So you are very much a prohibited possessor. I saw no restoration of rights. I saw that your offense remains undesignated, the endangerment offense. So you can consult with a lawyer about that. I'm worried because domestic violence, alcohol, and guns are a volatile mix. You will not be permitted to drink at all while this case is pending. You will test to prove that you are not drinking. You have a history of alcohol abuse and alcohol crimes. You will not possess any guns because even in the absence of some indication of an alcohol problem, guns and domestic violence are a volatile mix. You will not live where I think the alleged victim is your brother. You will not live where he lives. That is the entire purpose of the ankle monitor, is to keep you honest about finding a different place to stay. You can do a civil standby with law enforcement to collect some belongings, not your weapons. You could surrender it on the spot to them if you have it. In any event, you find another place to stay and you have to provide proof of that to pretrial services within 24 hours. Do not contact your brother. Do not respond to any contact from him. Everything I told you is going to be on your paperwork, and I will let you know. It is alleged that this is on video. So that would appear to be a strong weight of evidence if they have the video and if it shows what they allege that they have. You still have an illegible prior conviction, which means already, if you go to trial and lose on a felony, it is not probation eligible, and you will be sentenced with one prior felony, which bumps you up a category of sentencing. So you're already facing a serious outcome in this case. If you were to violate this no contact order in a way that constituted harassment, you could be booked for a new felony called aggravated harassment. That's a new felony. Not only would you be held without bail at this initial hearing, you would then face mandatory prison for that. So the consequences of you violating this order are large. I tell you that because I want to frighten you into complying with it. That is for your brother's safety, and it is also in your best interests to comply. And I will say also, the more compliant you are, the sooner your lawyer has an argument to get the ankle monitor off of you, if you're being very compliant. So talk to your lawyer about all of that. You do not have to post a bail. You're accused of hurting property, not a person. So just the ankle monitor and the alcohol testing. That has to be set up. You're going to get an envelope. They'll put the ankle monitor on you before you leave, then you'll have to call. I don't think they're going to give you alcohol testing instructions here. You'll have to call in. You'll have the envelope. You'll call in. They'll get you set up with the alcohol testing. Just do what they tell you. Don't miss your court dates. Don't violate release conditions.
Yes, Your
okay?
Honor.
All right, if you step to your left, you'll be all done. All right, Mr. Dobbin. No. Good luck, sir. Mr. Dobbin, and then Daniel Gutierrez. Will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Derek Dobbin, June 14, 1988.
All right, thank you. Here on a new case, you were arrested for unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. That's a Class 5 felony. Also driving on a suspended license, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those two things. I'm not appointing a lawyer for you because you don't financially qualify. You can hire a lawyer at your own expense, or you can represent yourself. Your next court date is a status conference, October 29th, which is in 2 weeks, 8:30 in the morning. Preliminary hearing October 31st at 8:30. Those are in the downtown Superior Court. And I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, which is really rare in this type of case. I do see a fair number of people fleeing from law enforcement in an attempt to avoid a misdemeanor ticket. They're generally, in fact, you are an outlier. They are almost exclusively young men under the age of 25 who decide to pull a Fast and Furious instead of take a misdemeanor ticket. Hopefully, if you have the job and the likely training and reliability that you say you do, you can do the math on the enormous problem you just gave yourself and the bad decision. If you did what they said you did, you are, of course, presumed innocent, and you can go to trial. They appear to have a strong weight of evidence against you as well, which means you should comply with release conditions. Come to court, deal with your case. It looks like you also made it to the ripe age of 37 with no prior arrests, which is something that tends heavily in your favor. Comply with these conditions, come to court. Understand that you're getting a huge benefit today from having no prior criminal history. If you blow that by failing to appear, then you're going to end up with a bond, et cetera. And this goes from a very unideal situation to potentially life-changing. Go to court, comply with your conditions, hire a lawyer to help you. Certainly the court recommends that for anybody who is accused of a felony. Fortunately, I cannot appoint one for you because you make too much money.
Oh.
So anybody who's accused of a felony should get the advice of a lawyer, but you don't have to. You have the legal right to represent yourself. Mm-hmm. You're also allowed to go to court, meet directly with the prosecutor, see what they may offer you, and then many times, I would say, high chance, if you tell the court that you would like a 30-day continuance to hire a lawyer, very high probability they will give it to you. So you can play the float that way and go find out what the plea offer is. You will get discovery. That means a packet with police reports and things when you get there. I believe if you act as your own lawyer, it's been a long time since I did that, but I think they give you a packet. It's got discovery in it, probably has a plea offer on it, and you go to that first status conference, and that's what they...
And that's things that I'm allowed to see as
Correct.
Somebody either defending
if you're
myself
representing
or,
yourself, you get right. That's pretty much my understanding is that's still how it works downtown. Is the reason there's a status conference before the preliminary hearing is so they can make you a plea offer.
Okay. I'm new to this.
What's that? Well, yes, indeed. And so, and if and you are allowed to go meet directly with the prosecutor as a self-represented person, but also I certainly say if you can afford a lawyer and you're accused of a felony, you should hire a lawyer, you should consider it, but practically speaking, if a self-represented person asks for time to get a lawyer, the court will usually give them one window of time to go and do it. If you don't, then they might just say, look, what are you doing? Don't drag your feet, Anyhow, that's more just practical information about how all of this works in terms of, I know that it is not cheap for anybody to hire a lawyer and that lawyers are not cheap. All right, if you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork.
Thank you, ma'am.
Don't miss your court date. Mr. Gutierrez and then Laura Madison, will you go to the chair? Hi, sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth?
Daniel Jaime Gutierrez, March 30th, 1994.
Okay, thank you. You're on a new case. You got arrested for disorderly conduct with a weapon. That's a Class 6 felony, and there is probable cause for it. I'm going to give you 2 court dates. So I've got to get back to the correct page. First one's going to be October 29th at 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing is going to be October 31st at 8:30 in the same court. Now, it wasn't 100% clear from what the police said, but you live at the location where you're arrested, correct?
Yes.
And the alleged victim does too? Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So in this case, I am going to release you on an ankle monitor with a no weapons requirement. The purpose of the ankle monitor is that you have to go stay somewhere else while the case is pending. You can do a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings,
okay.
But then you have to provide proof to pretrial services within 24 hours of physical release of where you're staying.
Okay.
They may just come see you there. That's proof. I leave that up to them.
Okay.
No weapons, no drugs, no alcohol. If you get served with some kind of order of protection or order against harassment, you have to comply with that as well.
Okay.
No contact with any alleged victims. I think it was a single person.
A single person,
okay.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be on your paperwork. You still have to get hooked up to the ankle monitor. Then you'll get released after that. That can be slow, although lucky for you, doesn't seem to be a bunch of people here today, so maybe hopefully you'll be out by dinner time. If you step to your left, you get a copy of that paperwork.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Madison? Hi, ma'am. You right here? Good morning. Can I have your full name and date of birth?
Laura Lee Madison, 3469, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You're here on a warrant that came from the Central Pinal Justice Court. I think it issued while you were in custody.
Yes, ma'am.
I do know that. And I am planning to release you, so take a deep breath.
Thank you so very much.
So, all right, in this case, out in Central Pinal, you got accused of assault and disorderly conduct. Those are DV misdemeanors. DV is part of what I'm going to order. But so I'm going to let appointment of a lawyer, I'm going to leave that up to the Central Pinal Justice Court. I'm going to give you a next court date, which they set them the same, in custody or out of custody. So it is 3 days from now, October 17th. So get out in front of that. As soon as you get out, if you can't get yourself a ride to them, I forget where it is, it'll be on your paperwork, out in Pinal County, you need to get on the phone to Central Pinal Justice Court and say, please, I just got out of jail, can you give me a continuance, can you give me a new court date?
Yes, ma'am.
And I believe most of these justice courts will work with you as long as you call before the hearing and let them know. So I saw that you were in custody, and I put a note in here so they can see it as well. This warrant issued on September 10th, and so I said you came into custody on August 15th,
Yes,
and you
ma'am.
just got released today.
Yes, ma'am.
Some days I don't have time to look it up, but I did. I
Thank
could tell.
you so much.
We're going to say fair and square. I'm going to give you a chance to go there. You're coming out on supervised probation, which also adds to the idea that you'll have some support, you'll want to comply, that you're more likely to show up. So I don't know who the alleged victims were in this case, but don't have any contact with them.
No,
don't
ma'am.
go there.
No, ma'am.
Right. And then just call your PO within 72 hours of release. We always check that box. Hopefully they've set you up with some info, so when you get out,
Yes,
you know who to call. Okay.
I just have one question, please.
Yeah.
My other case in Phoenix here that I was, but I did my 60 days today. I was supposed to be released.
Yes.
They gave me permission if I paid the $300 to go. I'm from Minnesota, ma'am, so I don't know how we're gonna, because I won't have a place to stay
You
here.
have some permission to go to Minnesota?
Yes,
in
for
your
a
felony case?
$300 impact fee is on my release for
Oh,
Phoenix.
you're not having to just wait for interstate compact?
Just to pay the fee? Yes, ma'am.
Right, but you may not have permission yet, so hold on a second. Let me look at your, and so you may need like a shelter help or something like that, by the way.
Yes,
If you need
ma'am.
a place to stay.
My son's gonna put me in a hotel from Minnesota.
Great, and so, okay, you mean, right, but a hotel here in town?
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
have till it goes
Not
through and you have
until I get
permission.
permission. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then you're okay for today, because then get yourself to this court date in 3 days and tell them everything you told me. Bring your proof that you have an application pending to transfer your probation to Minnesota, and that, bring them all of that to Central Pinal.
Yes, ma'am.
And then say, please work with me, because a lot of the misdemeanor courts, they can finish a lot of their business virtually.
Okay.
And so, but talk to them about it. I don't have any sort of like general jurisdiction over your case.
Yes, ma'am.
But that's why a quickie court date is good, because I'm going to be stunned if the approval comes through in the next 3 days on the probation, because it's the government.
Yes.
And it's the government in 2 different states. So so stick around, go on the 17th.
I promise.
And
I
just
will.
tell them everything you told me. Bring as much proof as you have.
Yes, ma'am.
Because they won't be able to look it up. And they'll be like, really? That sounds weird. But bring your proof.
So I'm okay to go home today?
Yeah, but, right, don't leave the state.
No,
Go
ma'am.
to Pinal
I
and
mean to get out of jail for the 60 days today?
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
And then when you go in 3 days, talk to them about finishing your case with them virtually. Because even in misdemeanors, you can theoretically get sentenced virtually, blah, blah, blah. You're not even convicted in that case. But I think on misdemeanors, there's a lot of leeway. So, but it kind of depends on their technology.
And I don't have a history pretty much in Arizona at all.
I'm not worried about you.
No.
So,
thank you so very much, Your Honor.
Okay. So just don't miss this court date,
I
because
will
then
not.
you're going to catch a warrant which could interfere with the approval of your thing. You definitely have to be warrant-free when that application goes
Yes, Your
through.
Honor, I promise.
All right, so it sounds like you understand everything, and so I'm releasing you. Good luck.
Thank you so very much, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's all. All right,
Thank
have a
you.
good day. No problem. You still got to go back to Estrella, I think. I don't know. Talk to them, but it's going to take a while, but yeah. Okay. Exactly. Okay. Good luck, man. All right, so I've got Mr. Murley, who did not make it into court this morning. Has he been isolated from the general population as a potential risk to himself or others?
Sorry, I was making sure. Yeah, maybe 2 others then.
Okay, all righty. So I'm going to go see, I did get an affirmative answer. I'll go see Fines Murley, born 6/11/84. Let him know he's got picked up on a new case. The allegations are 3 allegations of aggravated assault on a correctional officer as class 5 felonies, 1 allegation of misdemeanor domestic violence assault, that's class 1 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for him. His next court date will be a status conference, well, as on my current inclination, October 29 at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, the preliminary hearing October 31st at 8:30 in the same court. And in this case, I'm hopeful that the reason Mr. Murley may still be isolated is that he may have been intoxicated when he arrived, and or the assault on the correctional officers was with bodily fluids, and so he may be considered a risk for that as well. But it does appear from his history that he has an alcohol problem, and that if he's sober at the time of the initial appearance, and it appears that he understands that it may be safe to release him on an ankle monitor with alcohol testing. I am going to order whatever I decide, whether he gets a bond and that or not. He can't have any contact with the alleged victims, and that most importantly includes the domestic violence victim, because he also can't live with her, and he'll have to find an alternative residence and bring proof within 24 hours after physical release that he's not living there. He can do a civil standby with law enforcement to collect belongings. I prohibit weapons, drugs without a valid prescription, and alcohol. I'm going to make him alcohol test, and he has to obey any order of protection that might be served on him. All right, if anything changes when I see Mr. Murley to conduct this initial appearance, my final written order will reflect the court's ultimate decision. The court's not going to update this recording. All righty, then with that, we're going to stand in recess until 2 p.m. this afternoon.